A new faction in WWE debuts. A returning legend is going to get another championship match. And on top of all of that, we still got Jacob Fatu that's going crazy around here. We got to talk about it all right after the intro.
All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the We Book It podcast. Let's start the show.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into another episode of the We Book It podcast. This is your Friday Night Smackdown, Lowdown, Hoedown, Throwdown, Mowdown, Toedown, Whoa Now. That's right, featuring your normal host, Freaky Fritos. Fritos is out on leave right now, so your boy is handling things for him, and I appreciate each and every last one of you that are tuning in to these shows, getting your updates on what happened on SmackDown, what happened on Raw, what happened on TNA, what happened on NXT. We try our hardest to give you guys the best content, so please do us a favor. If you love the content that we're putting out, please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Please go ahead and leave a comment as well on your thoughts. Join in the conversation on the show with us, man. Like I said, we appreciate you guys so much for telling us your thoughts and what you think about wrestling. Now, with that being said, this show is going to open up. It actually was a twofer. They went live for Monday Night Raw, finished that show at 8:30, and then did the SmackDown taping after that. So it was a late night for the superstars, but all in all, it was still one of the opportunity for them to have actual Friday night off, which also WWE returned back to its 2-hour format for SmackDown. So there are no more 3-hour shows. Thank God. Outside of a pay-per-view or a PLE, there are no more 3-hour shows. USA finally got the memo. Thank goodness. So we go to the first episode of 2-hour SmackDown, and there's a quick segment in the parking lot where you see a white SUV pull up, and the window rolls down, and there's Solo Sikoa in his red Sunday best church suit. And he's getting ready to flaunt the United States Championship that he won at Night of Champions. And out of nowhere, as he rolls down that window, Jacob Fatu appears into the camera and begins pummeling him, almost pulling him out of the car. And as he does that, the Tongans get out of the car and start brawling with Jacob. So that just lets you know where this storyline is headed for these guys. And then after that, we go to the ring where Cody Rhodes makes his entrance as the brand new King of the Ring. Rhodes comes out to this huge pop, and he talks about how winning the King of the Ring tournament means so much. It puts him in line with the other superstars like Triple H, like Stone Cold, like Bret Hart, like Brock Lesnar, like Kurt Angle. And then after that, as he's talking about that, it also means the future, and the future is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE Championship, which is really, really where we're headed with this. And this is where we've been headed all along. And I think we're headed. I'll go ahead and give you the rest of the segment, and then I'll give you my synopsis on what's getting ready to happen. But after that, Randy Orton's music hit. He joins him in the ring, and the Viper said that he had the win in hand, and he could have knocked Cody's skull off his head with a punt, but he hesitated. But Rhodes did not hesitate. Pushed him into the turnbuckle, the exposed turnbuckle in those ribs. He was relentless on his back, and Randy and Cody Rhodes tried to get every advantage he possibly could to win this bout for the King of the Ring, because he knew it was his only ticket, or his quickest ticket, to get back in line to fight John Cena for that WWE Championship. Now, Randy Orton, while the segment seems tense, he also looks at Cody almost kind of like approvingly, like a big brother approving manner, and he tells him that he's proud, that he respects it. And he said he won't soon forget it, but he did say he respected. Then out comes a returning Drew McIntyre. Like I said, he called them both. He called them both pathetic. He said that Orton was weak for allowing Rhodes to do what he did, and then he told Rhodes he hopes he wins the title from John Cena so he can be the one to beat him for it. He also mentioned the fact that Cody's a politician and that he's been using and buttering up. He's been using and buttering up Randy Orton for some time now with all the I respect you, I respect you, I respect you, and everything like that, and that he's been using him. And like I said, as he did all of this, Drew McIntyre ended up feeling the three most dangerous letters in all of WWE, which is the RKO out of nowhere, before he gave a tense look with Cody Rhodes and he exited the ring. One thing I would tell you guys about this segment is that I believe that this segment is a prelude to Cody Rhodes turning heel. And we may go into this more on the Sunday show where I have the rest of the fellas to give their thoughts and everything like that. But if you asking me, this totally screams Cody Rhodes is going to turn heel. Some of you will like that, some of you won't like that. But whenever Drew McIntyre starts speaking about you, like he was speaking about Cody, he normally is speaking some form of truth. Now, is it a twisted truth or is it the full-on truth? That's to be decided. But the story is there for Cody to turn heel. I mean, he was vicious. And this ain't the first time we've seen Cody Rhodes vicious like this to get what he wants. When he was WWE champion and he fought Kevin Owens, he was vicious in that ladder match against Kevin Owens. Like, I mean, he was unforgiving the things that he did to Kevin Owens in that match. And it wasn't stuff that a babyface typically does. Babyface will typically stick to the guidelines and the rules and everything like that, and they won't take any shortcuts. Cody Rhodes has shown you on two separate occasions that I've named that he very well does have the tendency and the capabilities to go heel. Like I said, and he will stop at nothing to win back that WWE championship, which he has told you already. So I do think Cody Rhodes is going to end up turning heel. I don't know how they're going to play it. It could be at SummerSlam. It could be after SummerSlam. But I do just have the craziest feeling that he's going to end up turning heel. I also do think that whomever Gunther ends up facing at SummerSlam, Seth Rollins is going to cash in and win that World Heavyweight Championship also. So that's just my two thoughts on that. But we move from there to the Secret Hervis versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. So Nick Aldis booked a triple threat match to determine which team will fight for the women's tag team champions. So Alexa Bliss was teamed with Charlotte Flair, B-Fab teamed with Michin, and Piper Niven teamed with Alba Fire, the Secret Hervis, to fight to decide who would be able to go to Evolution 2 and be in that fatal four-way tag team match for the women's tag team championships. So with that being said, Bliss and Michin began the match in the ring, and then Charlotte Flair quickly tagged herself in. You saw a lot of tit for tat between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and I like the odd couple pairing here between these two, and I like that. I'm trying to figure out where this goes because, like I said, no offense to Charlotte Flair, but she ain't had a compelling story for a while. Alexa Bliss is a different story. I really, really enjoy. I have enjoyed every single level of Alexa Bliss's career. Like I always think that she carried herself great as a champion when she was a heel, when she was a babyface. Either way, she can make it believable because she's small and lovable and cute. But at the same time, she has this crazy ass mean streak in her where she gets mad, like she goes nuts. And then there's the whole other psychotic side of her that's carrying around the doll Lily, you know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff. So Alexa Bliss has a lot of layers to her character. She's done a very, very, very good job. WWE and whole has done a very, very good job layering the Alexa Bliss character. The pairing with Bray Wyatt allows her to use Sister Abigail, her gymnast and like I said, the Twisted Bliss, Little Miss Bliss, all of this stuff. I really, really, really enjoyed the Alexa Bliss character. I think that they did very, very well with that character. But with that being said, Charlotte Flair is Charlotte Flair, and she only got one speed, and that's go. And again, like I said, she did her part. She did her thing in the match. The match in itself was good. Flair, Bliss was on a heater doing her thing against the Hervis, and Flair tagged her in, unbeknownst to Flair, by patting her on the head like a little puppy dog. And then Flair ended up going over to the corner to knock Chelsea Green off the ring ropes. And as she did that, Alexa Bliss went to the top rope, hit Twisted Bliss on both members of the Secret Hervis, and then after that, pinned Alba Fire, and they will be in Evolution in that tag team match. So very, very good, very, very great match. Like I said, I enjoyed it. This match was booked for a reason. So, like I said, and it's to build to the storyline for Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I guess my only thought is, where does this go? Clearly it's probably gonna end up leading to them winning tag team gold. But could it also lead to them at one point, fighting each other again too? Which I wouldn't be mad about that either. Next up, we have the Wyatt Six versus Berto, Chris Sabin, Montez Ford, and Johnny Gargano. So the likely odd couples of all the men's tag teams on the SmackDown division sent one partner to go fight against all the members of the Wyatt Six because they needed to show them that, hey, this is our division and they can't hack it. They can't have it. The Wyatt Six did end up winning this match as you thought they would. Gargano refused to tag from Chris Sabin. That was one of the bigger moments. Remember, these guys just can't get along at the same time either. Eric Rowan was a beast in this match, throwing people around. Obviously, Montez Ford is one of the best sellers in the business. And yeah, it was just really great, really, really great match. The Wyatt Six now get a WWE Tag Team Championship shot on next week's SmackDown. So be tuned in for that. After this, Julia gave a promo in the video package after that match. Like I said, just flaunting the fact that she is, the new Women's United States champion, which that title does look very good on her. Next up, we have Tiffany Stratton coming out to pick her challenger for Evolution. But before she can make her announcement, Jade Cargill comes out and interrupts her with her crown in hand. They were soon joined by Trish Stratus, who like literally had Wade Barrett frothing at the mouth over there. It was really weird. But nonetheless, Trish Stratus comes out, and the moment is not too big for Trish. She shines in any moment that she's in. And of course, Tiffy grants Trish a WWE Women's Championship shot at Evolution. Jade Cargill lets her know that that's fine because she doesn't really care, because at SummerSlam, it doesn't matter who she's facing. She is going to beat them for the Women's Championship, and she will become the new Women's Champion. Like I said, and then a little bit back and forth. One thing to note, Tiffy did kind of come at Trish a little bit crazy when she told her that this ain't the Attitude Era anymore, and the fans kind of didn't like that. They kind of booed or whatnot, and Trish was like, it's fine. This is the type of fire I want. So these two trying to keep it friendly. She's trying to keep Tiffy on the face side, but Tiffy is a freaking born heel, man. Her character is a heel character. She is somebody that you just don't want. She's self-centered. All she cares about is herself and being champion. Let us cheer for her being a heel. Don't force her to be a baby face, because her character just doesn't call for it. She's a heel all through and through. But that's Triple H, not me. After that, we do have a bang up of a match. That's right. We have Fraxium and Andrade versus Rey Fenix. Fraxium versus Andrade and Rey Fenix in a match. Before that match, we had a pre-recorded promo from Solo Sikoa where he introduces you to his MFT. That's right, his family tree. And clearly his family tree involves all the Tongans, because literally that's who he got in his family tree, or that's who he has in his group now. So he said this is nothing like the bloodline. He said this is more powerful and more destructive than anything the bloodline ever could have been. Thank God that he won't be fighting the bloodline this time, but he will be fighting a form of the bloodline, because clearly Jacob Fatu is going to end up getting with Jimmy, and then also probably getting with Jay as their fourth member. I'm just curious to see who else they will get. I mean, he may call on Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. He may not. We'll just have to see what happens with that. But after that, we got the tag team match with Rey Fenix and Andrade taking on Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Like I said, this match was a bang up match. It was fast paced. There were so many good spots. There was a strange moment during there is the series of clotheslines from Faxium was probably the best sequence. I also did love the fact that that within the match you got to see basically all of Eddie Guerrero's greatest hits, the three amigos, the frog splash, all of that, all those moves were hit in this match, and as a tribute to Eddie. So it was a really cool moment. All right, so then after that, we have Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo. The former enemies become allies this week when Fatu and Jimmy Uso teamed up to face Sikoa and JC Mateo. This was a personal fight on the card, the most personal fight on the card. Clearly, like I said, this is between family. The Samoan Werewolf looks amazing as always, and he definitely has adapted to his babyface role. But again, Jacob Fatu secured the victory by hitting Sikoa with a moonsault, but he wasn't done there. He put Sikoa on the douse table and climbed to the top rope, but Tala Tonga showed up and attacked Fatu while Tonga Loa took out the Uso. The show ended with Fatu being put through the announce table. So yeah, man, like I said, that was your show. I hate the name Tala Tonga. And I hate that they're all having to go under this Tongan name now. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. That's your show for SmackDown for this week. Please be tuned. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and then also make sure that you tune in on Sunday for the variety show where we're going to talk all different topics. All the fellas will be together on Sunday. Don't want to miss out on that. But listen, we appreciate you guys so much. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.